What up, everybody? This is the Code Lab. How's everybody today?
Fine, blessed.
So listen. Hold up, because we do have a guest today, and actually he's back for the first time. So,
For the first, he's back.
For the first recorded time that they didn't get deleted.
So listen, let me give everybody just the backstory. First of all, I deleted the episode that he was on before
on purpose.
Let him know.
So today's episode was called The Big Payback because I do owe him an episode. It's the Big Payback. So, but everybody wants to introduce you to one of our good friends, the insurance guru of PHP, the one and only Jamaal Dewberry. What's going on, fam? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I appreciate that introduction. Glad to be here again with you guys. Y'all was great. Tay, as always, love to see you, and Jazmine, to meet you for the first time. And
say that.
Okay.
It worked out great because Jazz was there.
Yeah, she wasn't.
See, the Lord is working with Jazz because
He is all over her. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it all over her. Every time I see her, I just like the Lord.
I can't stand y'all.
So today
The Lord is using her.
So today we're going to get into a couple of things. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna talk about a few things. We want to talk about this new Jazmine Sullivan. And it's been a lot of people. There's been a lot of people talking about this album. It's been all over the internet. Even Tate, my wife, woke up this morning and was like, "You heard about that new Jazmine Sullivan album?" I'm like, "Listen,
it's so amazing." She
love
just,
it.
oh my God.
So this segment, we normally do rhythm and boo or rhythm and breakdown. Today we are giving Jazmine Sullivan her own segment. And it's what is the name of this album? Is it called the
Heaux
Tales?
Tales?
Heaux-
Heaux.
The Heaux Tales.
No, not the whole. No. Time
It's
out.
called the Heaux Tales.
No, it's called.
It's just
yes,
Heaux Tales.
It's just Heaux Tales.
Got the Heaux Tales.
Yeah.
No, not. Stop it. Stop with the.
Okay,
It's
Heaux Tales.
Hotels.
Heaux Tales.
That's how you say it.
That's what's called Heaux Tales.
You know what? I didn't know how to even pronounce it. I was like, the Hawks Tales?
I was Me too. I was like, Hawks.
I get
I'm
it.
like, what is this?
It's the X for me. Y'all put the X on.
It's the X. I'm like, what?
Got it. I get it. It's like the French.
It's just Heaux Tales. It's
The Heaux
French.
Tales. It sounded like a pastry. Like it was a pastry dish. Like Hoax. I was just like, and low key, I was gonna ask y'all how to say it before we started recording.
She really wanna accent so bad.
I do. I was like, is it the Hoax Tales? Y'all know I just finished watching Brighton, so I was just like, the Hoax Tales. Y'all know I'm from England, low key.
Listen, since J.Sharae brought this up, she brought this up to us, the album, which I heard about it, but I was like, I'll get to it. But she made me get to it a little faster. So since she brought the album up, I'm gonna let her start it off. So let's talk about this album.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Jay.
First and foremost, I just want to literally shout out Jazmine Sullivan because me personally, I feel like she's extremely underrated and her vocals are just amazing. That's just number one right there. So she took a little hiatus for a while and came back with this album, and I truly enjoyed this album. It's giving me like female liberation. It's giving me confidence. It's giving me transparency. Like, I love it. It's a very honest and open album. And I feel like sometimes that doesn't happen with a lot of music today. So I can really appreciate an artist who does that. I'm going to start off with my top picks from the album. I love. Oh wait, I want to point out the interludes. I feel like a lot of albums are missing that nowadays. Like the conversations that led into the songs. Like I love that. So I loved "Pick Up Your Feelings," which I believe that's a single. Truly love that. Her vocals were real raw. I love that one. I loved. I don't think I could talk about this song with my shirt, but "On It" with her and Ari Lennox.
Don't try to hide the Lord.
That was
I gotta cover up God on my shirt when I talk. Oh, that's
trying to hide the Lord.
I came out of all my clothes. I was like, okay, then fine, whatever.
Listen,
trying to hide the Lord now.
She was like,
you was there when you was listening.
Right. Ain't no God in none of that.
Listen,
I was like,
oh, that song, like she was like, sit on it. I was like, what? Oh, she said she won't sit on it. Yes.
Wow.
And I was right there with her,
girl. And then like Ari
baby, I said about you so smooth.
Girl, like, and then Ari's vocals matched with Jazmine vocals.
Oh my God.
They
were competing.
Yes,
they were competing.
Raw and raspiness of it. And then it was like one would be like sit on it, then the next one would just go higher, and then she would go higher. Oh, that song right there gave it all to me. Whew, okay. What was the next one?
Calm down. Cool off, sis. Cool off.
Exactly. Cool off.
I wish I had
right there with you, baby. I need a heat.
I wish I had Jordan there to throw some ice water on it. I mean, he just walk by and be like, splash.
I'm right down.
Okay. So this next one, this is like my alter ego liking this song. Like, it's called Price Tags featuring her and Anderson .Paak.
Oh, that's you.
That's my jam. That's my jam, actually. For the album.
My God.
No. Don't try to hide behind no ego.
See, don't come for me, C. Don't come for me, C.
You know what? I'm gonna be quiet.
Like, she was being real. I like Price Tags because I feel like you being honest about wanting to deal with a man who's financially stable. But I'm not really for the I'ma only have sex
the gold digger. Like,
yeah, like I'm not really feeling the whole.
I'll put it like this: I wasn't for Precious's interlude. We know about Precious's interlude.
Yeah, Precious interlude was kind of like my mom was walking around. I had to like turn it down a little bit. Like, nah, chill, okay, she can't do this.
Yeah,
and then
mom over here.
Like, I'm not really with that whole, especially like in a marriage, like tricking. I don't feel like that applies. It may apply to some marriages, but that one I wouldn't want that to apply to my marriage. However,
baby, I'm popping all kind of folks over there, and not over here.
Yeah, like I was just like
this household.
I wasn't really feeling that one, but the song itself, Price Tag, like I like that one. And to top it off, Girl Like Me with Jazmine Sullivan and her. Like
her, yes.
Those right, like I feel like her just can't do any wrong in my eyes.
She always delivers though.
She always delivers, and she's always like really relatable. Even if she's wrong, like she's right. I understand. I get that.
She's not wrong. She's right. She meant like that song. She got damaged. Like, oh, that song is like, I just love that song, and it's a sample.
And her album is so good. Like, it's like just I can listen to it while I'm asleep. Like,
I'm ready for the next one already. I'm ready for that. But that is I was feeling them interludes, the stuff they was saying about like a man can't handle a woman who owns her sexuality and is okay with it. Feel like that's very true. But yeah, all in all, like I was really loving the album, so I would love to hear what y'all have to say about that. Tay, since you're a female, and then I want to hear what the men have to say because I'm sure it probably scarred their ego a little bit.
Right.
Please make it shorter than what that was. I'm just saying.
Excuse me. Please make it shorter.
I said, please make it shorter than mine.
I have one song on top.
On
top.
Okay.
I have one song.
That's the only one.
Because
oh, you like the whole album?
No, I love the whole album. I'm a lover of Jazmine Sullivan. Period. I mean, she has the runs. She has the voice. She's so underrated. Like, I really wish people would understand that she is the Erykah Badu of our age. She is. Because Erykah Badu could sing anything we want to hear. It will sound good to the ears. It will feel good to the heart. Like, Jazmine Sullivan just does it all for me. Just for me. Might not be for y'all. And I hate that for y'all. But I wish y'all would understand. Like, I get mad when folks don't understand Jazmine Sullivan just really needs her accolades. Her flowers while she's here. Because she is just beyond the board. Her runs are from here to here on accident. Like, she doesn't even have to try that hard.
No
the Ari Lennox song with Jazmine Sullivan on top.
On it.
Whatever.
She probably was on top.
I was listening just like
excuse me, Lord. Excuse me.
Whatever.
Sorry, Lord.
You covering your chest up ain't gonna help you though. You covering your chest up ain't gonna help you.
I don't care what she was saying. When I heard it, Ari Lennox started off. And Ari Lennox is one of those people that is just, I want her to be the same way. I want people to hear her voice because she is so amazing too. But Jazmine Sullivan, her together, them two together was dangerous. It was crazy.
Can we just like take 1 second to acknowledge somebody's vibrato and vocal ability with saying the word spit, but with saying the word spit. Like, she was like, spit. Who can with the word spit though? Like, the word is spit.
Just one word. Just one word.
Just one word.
Ari Lennox is one beast. But Jazmine Sullivan, we talking about Jazz. Let's give her accolades right now. Jazmine Sullivan is really one of those people that starts off as a baritone and goes all the way to a soprano without even question, like without even trying. Let's give her flowers. Oh my God. When I heard the first song, this is the third song on the album.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get past this song with Ari Lennox. And I'm looking like I'm in my car by myself, and I'm just sitting there like
just listening to it,
just listening and indulging and enjoying the song. I have not done that in a long time. Since Summer Walker.
Yeah, I ain't listened to that. I'm not even gonna lie.
And since hers,
Summer Walker was good.
She is, but but hers album. The first album with her.
Ella Mai's album. Ella Mai
is one of my other favorites.
Yeah.
But we are so way beyond, actual talent and actual feels, nowadays. So many people are just, you sounded good on this song, so I'm just going to put you out there to the wolves and put a whole album out there. I want to hear people that make me feel good, like Erykah Badu.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Jazmine Sullivan. Erykah Badu has the same feel for me that Jazmine Sullivan gives me. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. I feel the same way about this album.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears. But I'm scared of I'm not scared.
We better go into a whole duet.
Oh Lord!
How about we go into a do not?
You're a do hater.
What you not gonna do in front of Dewberry? It's China on this. What you not gonna do?
Right.
Let's do it. No.
So so I really want to hear from the guys. Like, I really want to hear what y'all felt about
nothing. It's about to be short and sweet.
Without being haters.
I liked it too. Go ahead.
Go ahead, C.
No, Trim, just on you, bro. What you got?
My song off the album was Price Tags. It was straight. There you go.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, you got a great. Hold on, Trim. You got to grade. You got to grade it because I know that's what you do. So let's grade it.
Grade it.
What you do?
I give it an 80. I give it 86.
86. Is that a B or a C?
That's a B. That's a strong B.
That is a B.
That's a strong B.
But hold on.
If I could do more than 100, I would.
But why does it only get Ken? Why does it only get a B? Like why didn't it get an A?
Because he loved her. He loved her. HER. That's why.
I felt for Hers album, I felt I got more out of Hers album than I did this one. This one was good, but Hers album, she put it together, man. I like her.
That was her debut album.
No, it wasn't. She's done
debut
3
album was
since
on point.
then.
But her recent one that came out, last year or the year before that one? Yeah, she did.
Is that the one with Lost Ones on it?
But is it fair to?
Yeah. That's the one with Lost Ones.
That's the one that got the song.
Why do you feel like you have to compare though?
Yeah, why we
I'm not comparing.
I'm
not comparing. I'm just taking it as it is. I wasn't even comparing her to any other album. It's just when I listen to an album, I take it in as it is. And from what I got from that, I was like, it was good, but I didn't feel full. Like when I come to an album, if I have to feel like I've gotten enough out of that album or wanting more. I got just enough, but I know how it makes me feel compared to the other recent ones I've heard. I wasn't trying to compare. So
how did you feel about her previous albums?
Actually,
did you feel it?
With Jazmine Sullivan?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is my first album I've heard of Jazmine Sullivan. Honestly.
What?
My God.
I'm just serious.
My feelings. But you are so in the tune with her, and I love her. But I feel like Jazmine Sullivan is just all around the board underrated, and she does her rhymes properly, and she is like one of those people.
Well, I'm not trying to. I think she is. I think Jazmine Sullivan is definitely underrated as an artist. I would give you that one. I definitely think she's underrated as an artist.
When you didn't listen to her. I'm sorry. That had
you listen to
her. That didn't have nothing to do with you. I just, I'm sorry.
But definitely. But I mean, I respect it. And like I said, my song on there was definitely Price Tags. I could have did without Precious's interlude. But
he is so
mad. You don't know where she come from.
He's so upset with Precious.
Whatever Precious was going through, apparently she was going through a lot because she came with a different.
Obviously, Precious was in a marriage where they traded sex for favors. Like I
feel like he feels some type of way about that. I feel like most women, and this is how I feel. It's an album for women. That's how I
agree with you. I agree with that.
That's how I feel. It's an album for women that have been through some things. And maybe you can't relate. But when I say this is like 10 out of 10 for me, it moved me like from 1 to 12. It moved me. So maybe you just don't understand. I guess you ain't understand.
I wonder what Dewberry
what Dewberry got to say? Let me hear.
I mean, what do you think about the
album, though? I forgot he was on the phone.
Yeah, apparently.
So I should have known something was coming when I saw that she was about to perform on Tiny Desk concert. I saw that stuff coming, so I was like, okay, Jazmine Sullivan, I'm gonna check that out. I do agree with Tay that she's underrated. One thing I learned is like songs like Lions and Tigers and Bears, like songs like that. I'm like, oh, that's a dope song. But this is the album. I never went to it because of the fact that maybe I wasn't really streaming like I was with music with Tidal because I'm on Tidal. And so when Clint sent it to me, like, hey, listen to this real quick. I was like, dang, I ain't even check out up and coming albums this Friday. So I looked, and I had a busy day today. So I'm like, dang, if I would got to this early, I could have marinated on it. And just like with Ken, this would be my first like Jazmine Sullivan album because I went back and listened to some albums, but then finished playing it. And so I'm a big Ari Lennox fan, so that was the first song I went to. And so listen to it. And I was trying to read the article too, so I'm trying to do too. I only had like 20, 25 minutes for this. I'm just like, and then I caught it. I'm like, I missed that whole vibe, but I was like, this is where this album is going. Then I can't listen to this right now.
Oh my gosh! Are you serious?
That's how.
Let me put this
so
down.
I went from that to the Cat song. I did like that. I like the Her song, and then my friends told me to listen to Lost Ones, which was cool. So I like to listen to albums from front to back. I'm just that way before I can start just skipping over stuff. But the reason why I say I had to, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it, because if that's what she was going with it, then I had to put my mindset in that female and have
the headset on. I'm sure you had your daughter around.
Well, no, I was down here, like I was like waiting on you guys, and I had the article on my phone, and I had it playing, and I was just like, let me put my headset. So that's just my thing. The mindset is gonna have to be like maybe like tomorrow to actually see, okay, I'm this female, listening to this, feeling this way. How do I feel about this? And I think that's how you have to kind of take it in. Is it a album for guys? If it's that song, then nah. So I got to put myself.
Well, I'm glad you have that point of view where you can actually place yourself. You try to listen from a woman's point of view.
Right.
Because everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do that. Clearly.
Yeah. So
just saying that.
But that was dedicated to
I'm excited to see how it made them feel. So definitely that's the expectation I'm going into. So, but no, from what I heard, it sounds cool. And to piggyback off what Ken said, it's 2021, so everything in 2020, this is a new year. So this is how R&B is going to sound for the new year. Then this will be the bar, and everything else will be like either better than jazz or not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on SZA. I'm just waiting on SZA. So that's gonna be the bar for me.
Oh my God!
I'm ready for SZA. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for her.
She has songs out. Send her singles
out. Both
does she?
Yeah, both
she does. I'm sorry.
Goodness.
All right, C. I'm ready to hear what you got to say. C. I'm ready.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. He about to disappoint me.
Nah, so listen. So I listened to I think I listened to all the albums. The intros are from, well, I know Ari's intro was from her Instagram when she went live. Because I remember actually watching that one. Like I was on live when she said it. The album is good. It's good for, women in terms of like, just trying to express who they are, and different things that they kind of struggle with in a male dominated society. So I definitely agree with what she's trying to do. It just wasn't made for me, and I realize that and respect that. But the thing about it is that she tried, but here's the thing: when you try to do something like that, when you try to make an album that's trying to get your point across about something, you got to make it so that way. And this is just me. I didn't get it to where a male can understand or really say it. What she's trying to say. Like she didn't do that. Like she tried. She added what's his name? She added Anderson on there to try to do that. But I'm not going to let. Here's the thing: that price tag song, I'm not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
why. But why? Okay. Because, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I don't like a lot of cursing in my R&B. That's just me. I reserve that for hip hop. I don't go to R&B for my curses. I can't do that. My favorite song on there is music. My favorite song on there is The Other Side. I like that one. It gives me like different points of views of women. Like different types of women. What they strive to be, or how they strive to become successful, which, some of those was kind of crazy. When I was listening, I'm like, dang, like this is, like y'all really do this to become successful? I'm not, the price tag, I'm not really
with Jazmine Sullivan. Like, did I not hear those songs? Like, what?
You never heard The Other Side?
I've heard that, but I'm thinking you still talking about Jazmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it was really. I don't even think it was. It wasn't Jazmine.
No.
It was
She was speaking in third person for other women.
Right. It was other women because this is what other women have to do in order. This is what some other women feel they have to do in order to become
and
to be
that's what I got from that.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what I got from that. Price tag. I'm not really for. Like, cause I know women like that. Where the money aspect. You thinking the more money I give you, the more in love you are with.
But not all women. That's the thing. I'll let you finish. But that's the thing. A lot of men have that, vibrato when it comes to the dynamic of women. All women are not like that. I'm not.
But it's not. That. I don't think he's saying. But in that song, that is kind of what they would have been like. She even said it. Like she said, "I'm gonna have a baby by a surrogate." I.e., she's saying, "I'm not gonna mess up my body." So instead of messing up my body, and there are women that are that shallow that will not mess up their bodies.
I solely get that, but we don't. I understand what you're saying, Steve, and I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm not, but it's. Future got like 12 baby mamas, and it's solely because he has money. Them folks won't fuck with him. Oh, excuse me.
Let me cover my shirt. God, Lord have mercy.
Them folks won't fool with him if he was flipping a Title Max sign.
Yeah,
them folks won't fool with him.
But no. Here's what she's saying. She said that she gets wet off of the money.
Yeah.
That's her.
Yeah, she said money. She said
we're
money.
Talking about the album, though.
Hold on. She said money makes me come. I love seeing. But hold on. She said I love seeing a man who hustles. So,
but here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to. This is not for a male to listen to, right? So I'm not going to be sitting down. This is not going to get a second listen from me because I'm not going to sit down and listen to this over and over again. Like it's just not because it's not for me.
He don't hit it with the Clive Davis comment.
When she sat down, she did not say, "You know what? I'm gonna write this.
Clive Davis.
I'm gonna write this so that way every man can understand, what I'm going through." She's like, "Nah, I'm a woman. Hear me raw." That's what she's saying. This is what we. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So guess what? It's not for me. So I respect it. The production was good. I loved it. And I think that I've always thought that she's very underrated, yes. Mm-hmm. And I also think that she's very crazy.
Well, yeah, hold on.
I believe
no. Hold on. I will say that she probably is. She's from Philly.
There's no probably
a lot of they are crazy.
Yeah,
like
her and Ari are nuts.
Yeah.
Can you use the word passionate instead of nuts?
I feel like there's a catalyst there.
Now
there's a catalyst. I bust the windows out your car.
Yeah, there is a resume. There's a resume.
There's a catalyst
of craziness.
I want accountability because at the same time, I will let you finish. But it's like
Jaguar Wright from Philly too. My bad.
Jaguar Wright is from Philly. Yeah. Hello. Yes. Okay. Jaguar Wright, Jazmine Sullivan, Jill Scott. They from Philly. Let me tell you something. I went to school with girls from Philly. This one girl I went to school with from Philly, she said that them women, when they had beef with girls on certain blocks, they used to put bleach and water guns and go over there starting water fights and spray the girls with bleach. I never did that. I don't know what part you from. I never did that in the Bronx.
We did that in New York.
Thank you. I'm fine. So, that's crazy. You can blind somebody.
Now you crazy.
I said we as in my neighborhood.
Yeah, he meant like he's never not heard.
But what I would say is this. I think that Dewberry needs to go find all the Jazmine Sullivan artists, boyfriend.
And
get them all life insurance. Get them all life insurance. Get them all life insurance. They all need it.
And look at him.
Oh my God.
Right. They all need it. Because it should come standard with dating Jazmine Sullivan.
Or Girls from Philly.
But at the same time,
Sign here,
I
here,
want
and here.
because she's not crazy by birth. She's crazy by experience.
But hold on. Exactly.
Not
She
all,
did
not all
say
Philly
that.
women are crazy.
Listen, hey, it's a high percentage of them. But
Yeah,
I will say
that,
and this was in one of the interludes in the album. She said the woman said, I hate when men do things that make us trip or get upset, and then when we get upset or we go crazy, it's like, well, why are you getting upset? Like, don't do that. Don't do anything.
Like,
and then when I react, you crazy. Like, no,
crazy.
you doing something to make me go crazy. Like,
listen,
what is up with you?
Listen, we can end it like this. We understand.
Whatever.
I understand. This is
exactly. You about to downplay it.
No, he about to make me go crazy. He about to make me go crazy.
First of all, I knew right off the bat when I heard Jazmine Sullivan new album, I said, "Oh yeah, this is an album that Jazz is gonna love."
Listen, me and Jazmine already before we even came on this podcast. I saw her. It was like, "Girl, did you love it?" She was like, "Yeah, it was amazing." I was like the same way. Yeah, it was great. Oh I was like, I really hope. I said this to her.
Yeah,
I said, I really hope that they feel this. She was like, they're not gonna feel it because they mean.
It's not mean. It's not. No, listen.
And I will say it again.
And y'all niggas go.
That album is not for a guy.
Y'all pissed her off.
What?
The reason
why Kenneth said he didn't feel like he was full. You know why? You know why he said he wasn't full of this album? Because it wasn't written for him.
I mean, but hold on, like for 1 second. Like, let me hold on. Wait a minute. Let me just play devil's advocate because I do feel like some of what y'all are saying plays into the stigma. Like, oh, I prefer my woman to be like soft spoken. It's like all soft spoken and oh, I miss you. Oh, I love you. You hurt me, but I'm still gonna love you past that. Da 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 da. Whereas Jazmine Sullivan, a woman who is brash, which is I've said this before.
She's not the only brash female out though. She's not the only brash female. She's not the only brash female though. That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm just telling you, because of her deliverance and what she's saying, y'all like, oh, I don't know.
No.
Here come, her.
No. It ain't that way. It ain't like that.
Hey. Khalees was brash.
There's a lot of brash female artists out there, man.
I felt Khalees was brash, but I felt I got something out of her albums. Khalees was brash. I hate you so much right now. That was brash.
That was very brash. That was.
But I felt it. I felt
it. Hey, Dewberry, look up Khalees. All her boyfriends. Call Nas up. Tell them you need to get insurance. You need to get life insurance.
He messed around with Nicki.
Yeah. Look,
Nas messed around with Nicki for real.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Well, I mean, allegedly.
Listen, men I feel like men like a woman that got crazy. You just gotta find the level of crazy you willing to deal with.
No.
I'm good.
We don't like crazy. Now, it comes with it, and there's some that we would tolerate to a certain extent.
Right. You just have to find that level.
If they light skin, right.
Listen, that don't fall in my part. So
I don't. No, I'm almost 100% sure that if you did the wrong thing and hit her on the wrong day, Tay will flip.
Of course, I know. Of course she would.
Exactly. That's just her spectrum of crazy.
Yeah, but guess what? That's not every day.
But at the same time,
nobody's crazy. Nobody's crazy all day, every day. That don't make sense.
Jasmine's crazy.
Until they get
pissed off. If they pissed off at something major, then they crazy all day, every day.
But I need y'all to understand, a lot of times men don't take accountability by what y'all make us be crazy about. Like, just say, I come to your job, just surprise you. And I come to your job with fruits and baskets and stuff. Like, oh, I want to have lunch with you.
All right now.
Okay. And your receptionist is just too friendly. Too friendly. Right. And now I gotta be the psycho. Because you didn't put this girlfriend and her
but I will say there's a time and a place for the crazy, because I'm not gonna get crazy at work. However, when we get home, I'm gonna be like, you a little too
let me get myself together, because I will be crazy in the grocery store.
Well, you know what?
Kroger, Publix, Walmart, City.
You know what?
City
I can speak on this, because you know what? Because me and my wife, when she was alive. No. We had some tough moments. We had some tough moments. My wife did flip out, and there was some crazy moments. My thing is this, okay, and she was upset, and I had hurt her, and we went through the whole thing where I had to take accountability of me hurting her. My thing is this: once you go through that whole thing and accountability is taken and all that other stuff, it's to the point where it's up to the woman to where, okay, this has happened. He's tried to make amends for it. I'm at a point to where, do I let this go?
There are levels.
Do I let this go, or do I continue to go on with it?
There are levels.
Now, listen, I agree with you. There's levels. Okay, so now it's still to the decision of the woman at that point. At whatever level it got you to, if you went through all of this and this man, you got to decide, am I still mad with him? If I'm going to be mad with him, do I let this go, or do I carry on? If you to this level and you are heated about this, you can't let it go, then you need to say, okay, what? I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. But if you decide to say, I'm going to stick in here in this relationship and make it work, you got to decide, okay, I can't deal with this, because if I hold on to this, it's going to be toxic. And
that is so true. That is so true. But there are levels.
All you got to do is bust.
How done am I? You know, there's levels to that.
What you did? What did you do?
What did you do? Like what happened?
The window.
Shut up.
That's what's going to happen in a relationship. Just like Jazmine said, they're just going to bust the windows.
Hold on, because I will say one thing. I do agree with Kenneth to a certain extent, because there's nothing more irritating than someone saying, yes, I forgive you, I'm going to stay, but you're bringing up what was done every 5 minutes.
And it keeps reliving like it's just
frustrating. Like that's irritating. If you forgive, like I think it should be like a limit. Like if you do something and then we work through the issue and then
it's not forgiveness at that point.
We're married. Like I'm gonna probably have to like work on this for a couple of months, but like it can't be years down the line and we still talking about this. And I'm be like, bro,
it's not forgiveness at that point. It's not. It's just reiteration,
acceptance.
Right.
That's right. We still got more to go.
Yeah, okay.
I know.
We're going to table this for another podcast.
So, but I end that to say, shout out to Jazmine, all Philly women. I love all Philly women.
Ew.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah. I love Philly women. Oh, man, they the best. Shout out to all of y'all. But listen. Let's get into another famous person. James Brown.
Bless his heart, child. He's just going through in his bed.
Hold on, wait. We're not doing Black Excellence? I'm confused.
Oh yeah, that's the next right. All right, my bad.
Yeah, I
appreciate
doing it on purpose.
I was up till about.
Listen,
y'all been there since 2005. What's going on with y'all?
Hey, Jazz,
we get to that.
What?
The show is yours.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
All right, y'all. We about to do this Black Excellence. I'm gonna see if y'all can figure out who I'm talking about. This is a special one due to all of the things that have recently happened within our country within the last few months. All right. So this is who I've chosen for Black Excellence. She was born on December 9th, 1973 in Madison, Wisconsin. Briefly raised in Gulfport, Mississippi before her family relocated to Atlanta, where she would attend Spelman College to earn her bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies. She earned her master's of public affairs in 1998 from University of Texas at Austin. And in 1999, she earned a Juris Doctor degree from Yale Law School. In 2002, at the age of 29, she was appointed Deputy City Attorney for the City of Atlanta. In 2006, she ran and won Georgia's House of Representatives for the 89th District. Fast forward to 2018, she ran for governor of Georgia for the Democratic Party against Republican Brian Kemp. Now, this is when things get interesting. Kemp, at the time, was also serving as Georgia's Secretary of State and was in charge of the elections and voter registrations during the election. Despite her efforts and fights to make sure all votes were counted, she lost the election by approximately 50,000 votes. It is believed that she lost this election because allegedly Kim's office placed more than 53,000 voter registration applications on hold, with more than 75% of them belonging to minorities. In light of this defeat, she did not give up. She simply made a promise to the people of Georgia that she would do her part in future elections to make sure that every vote is accounted for, thus creating and announcing the Fair Fight Action. Fair Fight Action was created to fight voter suppression, encourage voter turnout, and ensure all votes are counted. Jump forward to the 2020 presidential election, where the nation had their eyes on the state of Georgia as a swing state and playing a major role in determining the outcome of the election. Democratic nominee Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won the state, therefore turning Georgia blue. She and Fair Fight Action, along with other voter empowerment task force, have been credited for turning Georgia into a blue state and having a major influence on voter turnout. But that's not the end. Fair Fight raised millions of dollars to support Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff in the 2020 Georgia runoff elections that they both won, therefore flipping control of the Senate to the Democrats. Now, if you do not know by now who I'm talking about, it is the one and only, the queen, Miss I Bet. Watch me do this. The one and only Stacey Yvonne Abrams. You are Black excellence, sis.
Yes.
That's Miss I Did This.
I did this. I did that. Yes. I did that. Stacey Abrams, you did that, sis. Despite all of it, despite all of them trying to stop her, she still did it and made a major impact. So I felt like,
and she had the nerve to call. She called Jeezy and Gucci Man at the
battle. She did it. She did it.
Yeah, she did.
But one thing I want to say about her is, imagine you having a plan for your life and God said, no, that's not what I have for you. That's not what I want you to do. You know, I voted for her, and here come Brian Kemp with his shenanigans and his, you know, immoral tactics. But imagine just, you know, putting yourself out there and God said no, and you were really upset about, you know, not being the governor, and, you know, but at the same time, it's like you didn't win, but you had a greater purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, we needed you in the trenches. We needed you in the bottom.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not something that I imagined for her. But she has been more dynamic in the trenches than she could ever be as a governor.
She did that.
Like, I mean,
she did that.
You gotta understand, like, when you have dreams, sometimes they're not going to come true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Not in the way that you imagine them to.
Right.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's just you got other things to do. That's it. So she figured it out. So you know, Miss Stacey Abrams, you are
Black excellence.
The greatest example of Black excellence.
And as our boy Chadwick Boseman would say, he was transferring the spirit of the fighter to her. Right. He was transferring the spirit of the fighter to her.
Not transferring the spirit. He transferred the pantherness onto her. Like, just
I will let him have this. I will let him have this little piece. Please let him have that. Please.
Yo, Kim, stupid, man.
What he was? Hey, the spirit of the fighter was transferred to her.
Did y'all have any of y'all watch the Ma Rainey movie that him and
yes,
watch it. I'm telling y'all, watch it.
That's about to do this.
Yeah, watch it. Okay,
I will say this. I won't give it up, but I was so upset that it just ended.
Yeah.
It just you know, it's so sad because you can kind of tell that Chadwick was in a
bad place. Yeah.
Skinny position. Yeah, like, I don't want to say skinny, but you could tell that he was going through some things, and it just ended.
Well, shout out to Miss Stacey Abrams. That was a good one.
Yes.
Jay, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now,
good segment, Jay.
you
That's cute.
get good at these things. You get good at these things. So listen, let's get into the James Brown segment of the show. So I thought the story was fitting because we got Jamaal on the show, and it's interesting because I was just pulling up stuff on James Brown because I always wondered if James Brown owned all his music, right? So when I looked it up, this article came up of his estate, and his estate pretty much, I thought his estate was settled already. James Brown died Christmas of 2006.
Literally, yeah.
And his estate has been following him, his death, since 2006 up until now.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So sad.
That's crazy. So
like everything is just stuck.
I mean, so pretty much what I got from the article is that the woman who he married, which used to be like she used to be one of his singers, background singers. She pretty much, she was married to somebody else, somebody who was from Pakistan, and James Brown. So she thought that the marriage wasn't valid because the man from Pakistan, she found out, had 2 wives in Pakistan.
That's normal over there. Like, that's that thing.
So
that's crazy.
She found that out. I guess she decided, hey, that ain't valid. So I'm gonna go marry James Brown.
For the money.
James Brown James Brown finds out that she was married. So he got the marriage annulled. About 2 years.
How long were they married? How long were they married?
They were married, I want to say from 2001, I think, to like 2004.
Was it 4? It was like 2004. Like but he tried to get an annulment, but it was too. It was too long. Yeah,
before this. So that's the thing with an annulment. Annulment means that you have been married for at least 72. What is
Hours.
Yeah, something like that. Like it's not. It
ain't months. It ain't years.
Right. It's not years.
Yeah, you have to get a divorce after that.
Yeah,
exactly.
So an annulment is like it's not hours. It's like days.
Yeah, it's a short marriage.
But it's a short marriage though.
Right. Yeah. So James Brown was too late. James Brown was too late because he tried to get it annulled. Mm-hmm. So when he died, pretty much he left strict instructions.
Yep, he sure did.
Now, he ain't one of them sad stories that we hear in our culture where he didn't have his stuff together. He left strict instructions.
He didn't. It's a sad story because damn, we still going through this.
But the only reason why is because she is from what I got from research is she's trying to fight or quote unquote petition it or whatever the case may be. So even though he left these instructions, which that I'm kind of confused on. Like I'm trying to figure out how are you?
So is it not legal? Is it not legal instructions? Like
Dewberry, Jamaal, what you? So have you ever seen or heard this before?
Nah, because when I was reading it, I thought it was one of the, like you said, sad stories, and they said, well, the will is involved, and he got a lot of money to go to the South Carolina and Georgia students. I don't understand why the wife is dragging it out and is going through all these lawyer and court fees, eating up the money. So that's the take away from it is I don't understand that part when I kind of briefly read through it.
Yeah.
As to why the wife has so much say so when there is a will in place.
Can I ask a question real quick though? Like, is it giving you kind of like just like a wife or a family member who is just being like money hungry? Like, are you kind of getting that from it, or
I'm not? Here's what I'm getting from it. I'm getting that she felt like she deserved something because she was married to him.
For how long though? How long?
She was married for a few years.
Wait a minute. Did she get the divorce, annulment, whatever, go through before he died?
No, because he tried to get an annulment. He didn't try to get a divorce. Had he went in and tried to get a divorce, they probably would have been divorced because it was obvious after he found out what was going on. He didn't want to be married to her, but
so that's my point.
God.
if you know, it's public knowledge that he didn't want to be with her, and he's married now, he has this estate and all this money and whatever. What rights does she have?
So listen. Go ahead, Jamal. Go ahead.
But the only thing I did read was that the lower courts found that the marriage was annulled from the guy from Pakistan. But then when they went to higher courts, I guess from the kids, rebutting or whatever, then they found that the marriage was valid to the guy in Pakistan. That's what I read. So now she's trying to fight that. But I guess when she had those rights, because they said that that Pakistan marriage wasn't in effect, that she was trying to lay her claim to some of that inheritance. So
right. So she thought that when he was married, when she married James Brown, well, first she thought that her old marriage wasn't valid because of the two women in Pakistan, right? So when James found out, James was like, "Yo, I don't want to be with her. Let's let this go." But it wasn't a divorce. So in her mind, she probably put up with James Brown coke habits and all of that. She felt like she deserved some money, right? So the lower courts were like, all right, nah, this is valid, right? So she went all the way up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, listen, your marriage to the guy in Pakistan is valid. And that makes your marriage to James Brown not valid.
Null and void, exactly.
Because just because he got wives in Pakistan doesn't make it so that, you didn't marry him in Pakistan. You married him in the United States. So it's valid. Y'all still married. But you can't have two husbands. Right. So your marriage to James Brown is not valid. Now here's the sad part. So James Brown, like he said, he left strict instructions about where his money should go, and the scholarships and everything he created. He left all the costumes to his kids. That's assets. He left,
and I think he had his masters. He owned his masters to his music.
And here's what the lawyer said on James Brown's side. They said that I Feel Good can take care of me and you for over 100 years. Oh, that
then one it was song, I Feel Good, and wasn't it Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud?
No,
it was.
But not. He just said that one song because that one song is in Walmart commercials. It's in Target.
But I'm Black and I'm Proud is like, our thing. Like for now,
theme song of like
I think 80s. That is from like the 70s, 80s. But if you think about the amount of masters and royalties and stuff that I Feel Good gets, it gets more airplay because it's more diverse.
It's a commercial song.
Basically.
And it's not.
And anybody can use it. Anybody can use it.
It's not the radio play. It's the fact that these big corporations use that song probably almost every single day.
Yeah.
In commercials, right? So James Brown, one of his daughters passed away 2018.
Yeah.
So she didn't get a chance to benefit
from the benefits, right?
Over 900 songs that James Brown wrote. Right? The man wrote, he wrote 900 songs.
That's a lot of music.
Right? So it's crazy, though. It's crazy that you got one black man who has it all together, man. He had it all together.
Exactly.
And you got, this still happening to where it got to go all the way to the Supreme Court.
But I feel like a lot of it is just because she's being money hungry.
I think so too. I got that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's coming off to me like it's just money hungry. Like, listen, first of all, I'm sorry, say that again, Jamal.
I'm pretty sure they gave some kind of settlement, and she probably like, nah.
Yeah,
Exactly. So therefore, if they offered her a settlement, she's not coming away empty-handed. She's getting something.
Oh,
she
missed
just
that
wants
boat.
what she wants.
She missed that boat.
So in that, because I'm thinking like in the article, they were just like the only person who's getting any sort of money are the lawyers, because the lawyers are the one that's continuing with this charade from how many years ago? Like she's just being selfish.
Them kids gonna be filthy rich, man. Them kids. James Brown's grandkids, kids is gonna be set.
But it's not about the kids. They had to go through all of this rigmarole about his estate. That man was out of the ground. Really, when it really happened, he was out of the ground for a long time.
But see, honestly,
about where he's gonna be buried, where he's gonna be living, where the church stuff gonna be.
This is James Brown, but this is partially James Brown's fault though, because he should have divorced her.
Oh yeah.
He should have divorced her.
Yeah.
James Brown knew that she had another husband.
I mean, but hold on. Let's act like hold on. Let's not act like you could just wake up and be like, I want to divorce you. So we divorce. Hold on. But even if he woke up and said, I want to divorce you, let's get a divorce, she still has to sign the papers to acknowledge the divorce.
Yeah.
So if we're seeing that she's putting this fight up from 2006, when she was already married, like it's blatant that she was wrong to this. What made you think that man came in the house and was just like, hey, I want to divorce you? She was like, okay.
But that's why his kids feel the way that they feel, because he's been married 5 times.
Sure.
It's not a new day.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like somebody trying to take advantage of him. He's been married 5 times.
He's the godfather of soul. He can do that.
Hey, girl.
Listen, you gotta
make it up. Don't give him a pass. Don't give him a pass.
You gotta give him a pass. Did you see that man perm? You gotta give him a pass.
Hey, listen.
them stick curls, baby. He can do that.
And that shit was tight.
One thing I do know, at least she didn't go to his casket and bust his windows open.
Here you go.
But she dogging his family out. It's terrible. And she's trying to get all his money without supplying his children. She might as well have.
And
you know James Brown. You know James Brown had a pink Cadillac with the windows, with the grill in the front, and he had the grill in the back.
When I saw Chadwick Boseman playing James Brown, all I can remember is, girl, please. Please.
I mean, and then like in actuality, like I feel like wasn't because his money, some of his estate was supposed to go to students in South Carolina and Georgia for education, right? Like you gotta be a real different type of woman to want to take money from students. Like, come on now.
Yeah, she should have. You're right though. She should. I was saying the same thing. She should go ahead. She should have just took a little settlement and be like,
wanted more. So
y'all thinking how y'all think. No. I'm thinking about how y'all think. I'm looking at what's the girl that was married to Scottie Pippen?
How many years ago was that? I don't even remember.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know her name though.
Yeah, but listen, y'all know who I'm talking about. Sis wanna come up. Period. I don't care who it is. He could be 19. He could be 37. He could be 59. Sis wanna come up. I feel the same way about these people. Like you married. First of all, I'm just thinking about me. I would never marry James Brown for compatibility. I just wouldn't. It's not me. James Brown is not a compatible type of person. Like he got a habit. He got a habit. No, listen to me wholeheartedly. He got a habit. He's James Brown. Nobody would just pick him up off the street and be like, "Ooh, compatibility." You know, nobody.
Oh, what is it? A price tag? It's price tag?
Exactly. Period.
Price tag?
Nobody is picking him up off the street with a roller set in his hair.
Price tag.
Off the street in a Ford truck and say to me, that's their husband.
So you're trying to say that they should have expected
it's the same Jazmine Sullivan song we were talking about earlier.
No, we was not. It's not the same.
It is.
Exactly what it is. Price tag.
So, it is.
Stability.
But we learn from her mistakes. All these folks, this lady is 20-something. When she met James Brown, she was 20-some years old. You telling me that she found her soulmate? No. She found her pocket mate.
Listen. Listen. In the words of James Brown, synonym what the people say.
Yeah. What he say? What he say? What he say?
What the people say.
Wow.
Terrible.
Hey,
Okay.
shout out to the Brown family though. The Brown family got they big payback. They got that money. They got
they better.
They've got
won't
that.
Be nobody coming in here telling us what we're gonna do with our money, where we should spend it, because he done got married. That's messed up. I hate that.
They got that guapola.
These folks are not entitled to that money.
So Jamaal, so like you see wills all the time, don't you? With along with life insurance, or is that something that you didn't do?
I mean, with our age demographic, no. I've encouraged a lot of wills to be made, but like when C said, just reading it, like, man, he should have this in place. Like you would think that would override a lot of this stuff, but no, I haven't seen much. But I do encourage my clients to have it.
Oh, don't worry, you're gonna be seeing a couple pretty soon, brother. I promise you that. I promise you that.
From Washington, they coming through
this year.
Yeah,
you're gonna see some wills this year. I'm telling you right now.
Can I ask you? I do want to ask you a question, because I feel like sometimes the stigma is that you only need a will if you're famous or if you have like a lot of money or things like that. Could someone who has to get up and punch the clock Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 or whatever, should they have a will?
Yes, if they have any assets, homes, cars,
assets,
jewelry, anything that you want to be dispersed according to your will, which hence the name will,
right.
Definitely have that done. If you don't care where it goes when you pass away, and so you have some people that's like that.
So you're telling me this is my makeup area and it goes all the way down to the floor.
I look at your makeup. That's a lie.
Are you telling me I could do a will for my makeup?
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
You will
by color, by brush.
What's that makeup?
Yeah, these brushes are expensive.
I'm through. Makeup.
Vegan brushes, okay? These are not cheap.
You said vegan brushes?
Yes, vegan brushes.
Wow.
The hair.
I saw those brushes. Them same brush was in Carrington Paint Kit. I saw the thing.
I know you lying.
He lying. These are Sigma, okay?
So, Dad, you do professional?
Oh no, not professional. No. Not
she's
professional.
good. She's good.
She does.
She's good. She's really
she don't want to sell her craft. She does. She
can. I noticed that. I was like, wow, she's
good.
That's the problem. She can, but she don't.
So listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
So listen. I want to make sure we coming up on the 11 o'clock hour here.
I know y'all gotta go to bed, don't it?
Right. So I'm off tomorrow, but I want to make sure.
Oh, you off tomorrow?
I respect your time, though. I want to respect.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's 10 o'clock there, though. It's 10 o'clock there. I forgot.
Two different segments. So
yeah, you're right. So listen, but seriously, because I do owe you an episode.
Yeah.
So, I want everybody to, first of all, understand who you are, where you come from, your passion about insurance, which is a very, very, very great passion to have for our community, because we I mean, a lot of us just don't believe in insurance, right?
Yeah.
We don't believe in wills. We don't believe in
life insurance.
Longevity as a whole.
So first of all, who is Jamaal Dewberry?
Talk about it.
Who is Jamaal?
I appreciate that. Like I said, glad to be on here. Anytime y'all just even talk, we don't have to talk insurance. Anytime I'm welcome to come on this, because I think y'all are a great group of people. But who am I? Just a kid out of Birmingham, Alabama, as you can say. Wife and daughter. Daughter's 10. No, my daughter's about to be, I said 10, but my daughter's 8. But my passion, like you said, is just to help people, because of the fact that just me and like Clark being in the military together and just having that bravado to say, hey, we're gonna fight for our country and protect our country. Just wanted, when I became a math teacher as an educator, just wanted to help the community and help the kids understand math, because I'm not even good at math, but I could break it down to where kids can understand.
You good in math, man.
I'm about to say that's weird. Math is a
He
very
teaches
challenging
math.
That's
subject.
enough
You
for
teach math.
me.
You good
Ooh,
in math. You have a
Lord.
degree in math. You survived. You good.
You
in
have
math.
a degree in mathematics?
Yes,
like
he
that's
does.
your degree?
Yes, he
And
does.
you not
You are
good at math? Let me
You
go
are good
get
in
my
math.
math
He's
degree.
good in
I ain't
math.
good at math at
Yeah.
all.
So,
You are good in math.
He got a
Please.
degree in math, thematics.
So,
Who has a degree in math in general? Who says I'm going to get a math degree? Who says that?
I mean,
Go ahead, Dewberry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
with a
Go
big
ahead.
brain, a man with a smart man.
That's somebody smart. Yeah.
Then Sharon tells me. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So just, like I said, wanting to help people, because actually with my team, with my agents, I had everybody do a vision board, and I told her what my vision was. I remember when I stopped teaching, my mom said, well, I thought you were going to be the president of the Birmingham City Board Council. And I said, nah, but then I realized you didn't have to actually be a teacher. You can be appointed. And so where my mind is at now is that, hey, if I can create my agency and have a residual income, I won't be influenced like other politicians per se when money comes their way, because I have money. So if I'm sitting on the board, I can have that free thought to say, hey, this is what's best, not because of the fact that you're going to pay me and give me to get something. No, I can make the best decision. But I just love what I do. Talking with people, seeing their eyes open up when I say stuff is also just like teaching. So that's my biggest thing, because what I do, I rebranded my financial agency. It's called Saxon's Financial Agency. Logo, all this stuff coming soon. But we believe in assassinating generational poverty in the community and limiting beliefs. And we believe that we're all dope. So when I mean by dope means doing our part every day. So just like the collab, y'all doing y'all part every day, every Sunday, getting the message out. I feel like everybody's dope in their own individual right, and that's what God made us to be, because I think I'm a dope individual. So.
Oh, I know I'm dope.
Yes, sir.
Well, you don't even got to ask about me.
Yeah. So,
I know it.
But no, I mean, that's really just me. And in a nutshell, just here to talk and smile and be a beacon of light, I guess. I don't know.
Not to mention.
Go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
good. Wait, not to mention, he's one of the people that I know that's in charge of a whole entire squadron outside in the desert, and still got a smile on his face, even though. And I know you had times where people was trying to test you, but you never broke your smile. Never broke your smile.
Test it, man. Test my gangster. It's all right.
Never broke your smile.
I ain't known you for a long time, but you have been smiling while we've been on this podcast. So
that's God. That's God flow on him.
Just blessed. Just the aura of blessedness is just coming through my little video camera. So I do have a question. What is something that you would like for people of our community to know, or something that you would like for them to stop, but that may not be true, but something you want them to probably maybe take away from this episode that they should know about insurance or life insurance just in general?
Maybe two things I run across a lot is hey, I have a policy on my job, and I always ask the question, well, do you plan on retiring one day? And they say, yeah. And I said, well, a lot of times that policy doesn't carry over, or they decrease it from the amount that you were paying to a lower amount. And I also ask how many people have died on your job. And most people, it's maybe a handful, not many. So if that's the case, then why are you paying, but let's talk about something outside of your job, because you're not going to stay here forever. And if you're not going to pass away on the job, then let's get something that's going to have longevity so it goes through your retirement. That's one thing I really have to always fight and break that stigmatism about. But the other thing is, well, especially in our community, why do I need it? Or like, why I don't want to leave nobody nothing. Or I don't want nobody to know how much I have and try to kill me off. I don't know why people think that people always trying to kill.
Yeah, just because you know how much money they got, you gonna try to kill them.
Yeah, like
them lifetime
ain't gonna get my
movies.
coins. You ain't gonna get my coins.
So it's a fear, and I saw that in a person that I know. Like, he's a younger guy, and he was like, my granddad told me, I'm just like, well, why is that? Because insurance, the sole purpose of life insurance is to recover the asset that was lost when that person was living. So that amount of money that a person's worth, there's no dollar amount, but the income or asset potential they were bringing into the family, let's replace some of that so that by the time you get through grieving, you can kind of recuperate and rebuild your life. And that's really all insurance is, as a replacement of income. And that's how they review each client. So that's what we try to tell people is like, hey, if this would have happened to you, do you want this house to go to your family? Do you want any joint debt that a husband and wife have to not be solely on that surviving spouse? So that's what we want to protect in our community. So.
Very good. You just said something with knowledge because I sure that is my answer. People be like, you got life insurance. I'm like through my job, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna switch up and do something better. And
that's just kind of like 401k. You know, like 401k, especially when you're younger. Let's say you got a pretty decent job in your early 20s, early mid 20s. That's not something you really even look at until maybe late 30s and 40s. You really start paying attention to it. So it's just like same thing with life insurance that like later in life you start looking at it. You know, you start seeing. You know, we're up in age. We've had a couple of probably friends or family members pass away, but in our 20s and teens we really didn't. So just as we get older and we see it around us, you know, and even with COVID, a lot of people are just like waking their eyes. That's just like I said, when I told y'all to hold on, I just got, you know, I was like, you know, because I was trying to wait for him to call, and he called, and he was just like, hey man, I need more insurance. You know, I saw your post, and I just wanted to talk with you. And I don't consider myself a salesman because of the fact that I have an education background. But hey, let's just look at some options, see what fits. I may not find anything that could fit, but let's just look and at least make sure that the plan you have in place is the plan that you want, and not just something that, hey, you need to get this, you know, because I'm trying to make a dollar. Like, no, because I have plenty of people say, hey, let's look it over. And I say, hey, this looks cool. This looks within your budget, and it's a good amount. There's nothing else I can do. And you know, we just walk away, and they got free consultation, no problem. I'm happy about that.
So PHP.
Yes.
What does that stand for?
PHP agency stands for People Helping People. It's founded by our CEO, Patrick David. He basically created wants to create the biggest financial marketing organization in the world, on par with companies like Primerica and so forth. But the biggest difference with us is that it's more multicultural, it's women driven, and we want to cross internationally. So we want to go across into Spain and Mexico and Africa. So that's our biggest goal, and also the fact that we want to empower the youth, because we're more so gravitating towards like social media, promoting your own brand. Like I said, me saying Obsessions Financial Agency is my brand and my you know, how I feel about it. So they like when you brand yourself. They don't encourage you to be the mold. They want you to be you. You know, we got people that are one girl I just met on Zoom. Her partner and spouse just hit a promotion, like a big promotion, and you know, they're a lesbian couple. You got people that are gay, you know, and they dress the way they want to dress, and they're out here helping the people around in their circle. It's just about getting the message out, regardless of how people look. So
that's nice.
That's nice. That's on point, man. That's definitely on point. It is. Are you able to speak on like the different types of which types of insurance would you recommend? That's like, I guess better fits. Yeah.
My rule of thumb when it comes to insurance is based off a person's financial needs. For younger people, you know, maybe working at Walmart or a fancy restaurant, they may not have a lot. First off, they don't have a lot of assets. They don't probably own a home. Hopefully, don't have kids, not married. So maybe just getting something cheap for them that's term, until they build their assets, then we can look at empowerment. If you're people that's like in real estate, investors, entrepreneurs that like want to amass all this wealth, I tend to go with a term policy because they don't really believe in investing a whole lot of money into something that they're going to have more money anyway. So they have a $200,000 policy and they're in real estate. They'll probably have $5, $6, $7 million worth of property when they're 65. So they don't need a lot of insurance when they have all that wealth. But in the meantime, they're amassing their portfolio. Let's protect yourself until you get your wealth. So if you need a 20-year term or a 30-year term, then once it runs out, you have that money to leave in a will. Hopefully that goes to the people you want to, not end up like James Brown. But it really just depends on the person. It really just
not James Brown.
Yeah,
him.
Like that still baffled me when I read when I saw Will. I was like, he's going through all this 14 years with But that's we talked about that. But it honestly really depends on the person. If you give a scenario, then I would tell you like I would do this with this person. Like if it's a couple that's my age, 34 years old, married and a child, I would try to get them a permanent policy. And maybe a mixture of terms, so you can blend. You can have a permanent and term, just like with your job, it's a term policy. So I would never tell somebody like, "Hey, get rid of your policy on your job," because that could cover a boat because it's so cheap. You can get
literally
$200,000 for like $10 a paycheck or something.
I'm not right. It's that
So I wouldn't tell you like, "Hey, get rid of that." Like, no, keep that because we never know what may happen between now and then. But let's get something outside of it. We can get another term, we get a permanent, and that way like, hey, especially with a permanent, small $50,000 policy, because we know inflation, and with us being our age, and I still want us to be able to leave our family something, but in death and burials may be more like in the 20, 25,000 range. Right now they're between 10 and 15. So by the time we get like 25, 30, so 50,000 would be a good, comfortable window to curb that inflation. And me and Clark talked about this, and that's why I always feel for Clark. My wife, she diagnosed with MS in 2015. So, and with this COVID, like I said, I was having COVID, we did have to make sure she didn't have pneumonia. So we went to emergency room Friday, make sure everything was good, everything was great. And that's
this Friday?
Yeah, it's past Friday. I ain't know I was gonna be on here today.
Why you just threw that on us?
Yeah, I ain't know I was gonna be on. I was like, it depends on the outcome of this. I was gonna be like, hey, Clark, I ain't gonna be there. But everything's great.
Is she okay now?
Yeah, she's good. Just still coughing a lot. But
okay, good.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, she's doing good. That's good.
Yeah, that's one thing that since the COVID that so for one thing, because her MS, she's right now and technically not working, she's not insurable. So good thing, just like Clark said, he had a policy on his job. They don't really do a lot of medical background. So you definitely, get that. But then it's like, okay, she outlives and I'm off the job and her policy. How do I get something? So that's when you can go with an annuity or things of that nature and kind of put money away that's better than a savings account and put that money away. So that's what I'm in the process of doing for her so that we have enough if that day comes, because I know my mother-in-law has a policy on it, but as her husband, I need
right.
I understand. Yeah, totally understand.
I have a question though. I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm a single mother. I have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
What about kids? Like just in general, like, some of us don't qualify for Medicaid through the state and, Peach Care. What happens with kids?
And kids in the matter of like if they
insurable, like just insure,
yeah. Yeah, most kids are insurable. I look at insurance on kids as an investment for their future because they have a high rate of, lasting. I mean, kids do pass away, but it's very unlikely. So I do offer that type of plan. And I tell people it's sort of like the Gerber plan, just with added benefits, and it just outperforms the Gerber plan in some aspects. But it's just something that we do for kids that, like, hey, depending on how people invest in it, they can have money for college or money to put a down payment on their first home, or a couple of $100,000 when they get ready to retire, they can live off that money. So we do show parents that both married and single and how they can set stuff up for their kids, because we should all have it. Or if we get a policy on that parent, then we just put that child on as a rider. They can't afford like a separate policy for their living benefits that's attached to your insurance that's free to pay for that procedure to be done in Chicago, versus having to go in your 401k early like a lot of people did this year, because there's no penalty for going your 401k to supplement your income because of COVID. Or going to your mortgage, taking a second mortgage on your home, or doing a GoFundMe. So it's just an extra way to protect people from going into debt. Because
like I didn't know how one, I didn't really know how expensive funerals were, and like the big thing about life insurance until my dad died when I was in college and I had to come home. And he was married to my stepmom, and she had to take money out of her 401k because it just wasn't enough money. And that in itself, like aside from him dying, the stress of that added on top of her was just like crazy. And it wasn't, and even then I didn't realize it until I started working in the hospital, and I started talking to my mom, and I saw like when people were dying and stuff, my mom was just like, yeah, you got to make sure you have insurance, you know, people, because when they die, and then like people, those at the funeral homes, like they're like, no shade, they're like vultures, and they know you're vulnerable, so they're like, sign this, pay for this, you don't want to give them this, give them that,
they want to tie you in, they want to tie you in for the money.
I always advise people, I haven't been through this process, I would just say advise people, like, go in with the plan with the mortuary, like, what does everything cost? Like, because they're probably going to keep asking for that policy. You got a policy? I just know everything. Get the prices set, sign for that, and then have the policy. Or even just sign everything and then call your insurance agent or the insurance. Say, hey, so and so just passed away. I need this, this much money right now, and then I can get the rest later. But I need this much to pay for everything. So
tell you the biggest, one of the biggest struggles, I know last year with me was when my grandma passed. Having to deal with that was stressful because she was put in a nursing home because she came down with Alzheimer's. But in order for her to be put in a nursing home, because my brother, he was the one taking care of her, they had to cancel some a couple of her life insurance policies. So she had, in order to put her in the nursing home, she had to cancel some of her policies because she had things still in her name. And so as a result of that, when she passed, there was still some expenses left for her that had to be taken care of for her affairs. And some of that's most of her stuff was already paid as far as like her casket, her burial and everything was already paid for, but there were still some other expenses that were coming out of our pockets because we had to come up with that cash because some of her policies had to be cashed in for the state to be able to take her into the nursing home and take care of her bills for that.
Oh, so I get what happened.
That was a mess.
So her death was taken care of, but not her life.
Her death was taken care of, but as she sat in that nursing home, getting care for it,
her insurance policy.
Yeah, her insurance policy had to get turned in. They had to sell her house just to make sure that there were payments in place for her to take care of.
Let me tell y'all what Clark's talking about. So basically, because your grandma shooting like Social Security.
Yep.
So Social Security has these stipulations about how much income you can make. And they're always trying to dry up your assets, which is the key word. Assets being home. Oh, your home is an asset. We don't have to pay you this money because you have this
Even
asset.
when you dying,
they don't care. It's money.
They don't care. People are
I know. I see that.
It's a business. It's a business.
And so with her policies that she had, it built cash value. And if it's in her name, they're like, oh, that's an asset as well. You need to use that money, like you said, to pay for her nursing home expenses before we'll kick in and pay the money. So if they exhausted all those resources and she passes away, there's nothing to bury her with. So that's
wow.
Yep.
That was a trip.
Like,
that was a trip. Yeah. My biggest issue came with her church though. That was a trip.
We talked about that. And I told
that was a trip. Had to write a letter and let them know how I felt.
So I know we talked about term life insurance.
Mm.
Can you cash it in?
No, term is only for it's just you're just renting it. So we're gonna give you this money for a cheap price for this set amount of time, and that's it. So that's all term is for. Just like on your job, you pay for insurance on your job, it's not generating cash value because it's a term policy. So it's the same concept. The permanent policy, the whole life, the IULs, the universal life, all those generate some type of form of cash value. So that is the only policy that will generate anything. So it's not a wasted investment for term because you're trying to protect those assets. When you have a lot of assets like your home, your kids, debt,
A child is an asset?
It is.
Oh, Karen's
Really?
my asset.
It's an asset
Really?
and a liability.
How much money did my asset keeps taking away from me?
A child.
My asset.
A child.
Asset,
a child is considered
an asset. You can claim them on your income tax, and you can deduct theirs too.
And guess what?
Wow.
And when she act up, I be that asset too.
I did not know that a child was considered an asset.
I didn't either.
That's why I talked to Tay.
So is it because you can like write them put them on your taxes? Is that why?
Yeah.
It's more so because let's say if it's a husband and wife, husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
If the wife passes away, then how's that child taken care of? You got to go through daycare. You got to go through food. You got food expenses because both parents usually work. Same thing with the dad passes away and the mother's still alive. They need to still raise that child and not have to go to the church or their parents. Now, we're talking about a single parent. That's a whole different ball game because now you got to figure out if that single parent passes away, where do your kids go to? Who's going to take care of them?
My God.
So
girl,
that's
why I told you. You don't have no kids. You gotta worry about none of this.
It's just all me. It's just me and my daughter.
It's
all
me.
It's all me. It's all me.
It's a whole tax bracket right here. Whole
Definitely.
tax bracket.
Maintaining.
So,
oh my God.
So the whole life can be converted.
Right.
Okay.
What you mean? Hold on. Say that again.
So it can be converted. I'm sorry. Term can be converted into.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can't go back. Whole can't be converted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at what age should we be thinking about getting insurance, life insurance? Now, like, at what age should a person have life insurance?
The moment they came into this earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The first breath.
I mean, but let's just be real. But let's just be realistic. Like you had the insurance when you were a child because of your parent, but after you start working and you out there on your own, you don't really think like. So what's the age?
Well, that's stagnant. That's stagnant.
Black kids.
When Eris was born, she had a birth defect. She had a lung defect, and her doctor told me, before she diagnosed her, get life insurance because once I diagnosed her, she has pre-existing conditions. That's before COVID. Eris is 3, and I diagnosed her, and she had a lung deficiency. They diagnosed it as asthma, but it was an autoimmune deficiency. And from that, she can never have health insurance. Other than what I designated prior to her birth. She can never have health insurance.
That's crazy.
Because of the autoimmune deficiency. It's crazy.
Wow. It is crazy.
And if she does have health insurance, I have to pay out of my pocket, not on my job, not Medicaid or Medicare. I have to pay out of my pocket. And the money that I have to pay, girl, $247 a month.
Oh, Jesus.
I ain't got it.
Yeah.
For autoimmune deficiency that I did not ask for, that she did not ask for, that she has.
That's great.
Because she had that from birth.
That's a tough one. I mean,
these insurance companies, health insurance companies, all about money.
Money and making that money, and that's it.
So I need to make as much money off you before you pass away or before you get sick. That's the name of the game. So, like you said, pre-existing conditions, life expectancy, because I was studying to be an actuary, which is a statistician through the insurance company, and all they look is at numbers and data. Oh, you had this condition at birth. Your life expectancy is this. Now that's not God's plan. That's their statistics. So that's we can't insure that person because we're not going to make our return rate off this person if they're going to live to this age. So that's the name of the game, and that's my job is to try.
That's their plan. That's their plan.
That's
is
great.
try to fight for people to get insurance.
Crazy.
It's been like this since day zero, though. It's been like this for a while.
Yeah,
Literally.
It is.
so and these are the people that we want to help and try to help. And like I said, had we got something in place at birth before the doctor put that in there, she could have used that living benefit to pay for these things because of the fact that Medicaid dropped her, and now she has no plan. So it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna use my insurance now to pay for everything until we figure it out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I think I feel like with situations like that, what tends to happen is that nobody really knows about those type of situations unless it becomes like a worldwide or like a nationwide
pandemic.
So honestly, that's really all about communities taking care of themselves. Honestly, just giving it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like creating things, that's how I mean, think about how breast cancer associations might have came about. You know what I'm saying? People might have got together and they was like, yo, all right, listen, my family's going through this. Yep. This family.
And you going through this, me too.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, let's
they
get
got
together.
And now, what's her name? Susan Coleman?
Susan B. Coleman.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's how that started.
Start something that became, nation. It became a nationwide thing. All it took is a pink ribbon. Something like that. So it really, honestly, is just a matter of the community taking care of themselves, man. And that's what that's what I like about with what Dewberry is talking about PHP. Like they sound like they're trying to, start something to take care of families and get them, something different and educate them. You know what I'm saying? To have because it's like he always, I know he told us before, it's life insurance, not death insurance. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
he's trying to do that. I wanted to ask you, Jamaal. So PHP, what is the process? So let's say someone passes away. How lengthy is this process to get to? Like, is it a long process?
Found the death benefit?
Yes.
I can't speak to that because I haven't had one. But I know certain companies are faster than others that we partner with. So I don't want to say anything out of.
Gotcha. It varies. Yeah. It varies.
It varies between companies. I know some companies advertise, like Columbus Life advertise that you can get it within a matter of days. I know they advertise that. Some companies say within a month or 15 days. So it really just depends. But I know that as long as it's going to pay out within at least those first 30 days, I think a family can get by with that. As far as now, when it comes to burial, and I haven't done with a burial, when it comes to funeral homes, I don't know, they'll say, hey, we're going to give you the money. You see the policy, they get like a policy certificate stating that the policy is in effect and we'll receive a payment. They get the payment maybe later. That part I don't really know. And that's something I'm looking forward to, but I know in the future I'll be probably an expert in it because I'll probably have something under my belt. But I haven't had any under my belt as of yet.
Got you. So I know. So I want to make sure. And by the way, I'm right now Jamal's helping me out. Right now, he about to hook his boy up.
He already helped me out.
I'm looking like I'm taking notes.
He already helped me out.
I'm actually gonna message you. We got. I want to talk some more to Tay for real.
He already signed me up, so he already helped me out for real.
Yeah, Jamal gonna take care. He gonna take care.
My baby.
Yeah, he gonna take care.
I'm looking like he gonna fix
it. I want to make sure that you really. So I want you to help people understand how important life insurance is, like just a synopsis of like what you feel the people need to know about if we missed anything, like what are the important life insurance?
Right.
People gonna die. People gonna be born. Just
wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Can we try again with the
Hey, I like
people
that.
gonna die?
I
I did not like that. That was very heartless. Oh my god.
I want people to tell me straight up and down. You either gonna die or you gonna live.
Well, listen. On behalf of the co-founder, I would like to present this award to you.
That was so ruthless.
Realest statements.
That's
real. God.
You gonna die or you gonna pay?
Podcast.
You want to pay a whole bunch of money or a little bit of money?
I want you to accept this award. For one of the realest statements that ever came.
No, I do not want. First of all, no, we will not have this. First of all, we're not going to have this.
Listen,
I'm going to need you to dress that up. Dress that up.
I finished drinking this water, brother. Please.
He was like,
because that was the real statement that
I heard. Did y'all hear him? He was like, people die.
Every day, B. Period.
In the middle of COVID.
I loved it.
He said, if they die, they die.
Listen, we can end it on that.
No, no, we're not. We're not going to end it on that, Mr. Dewberry. I need you to dress it up. Put some makeup on it because no. Oh my God!
If he dies, he dies.
Look, I don't know what Jay wants. I really don't. People,
I want him to dress that up. We do not want people to log off of our podcast depressed. So let's go back.
So they're gonna die.
Let's go back to the beginning.
So the biggest thing about life insurance when you figure out,
please come through with it. Come on, Dewberry, please.
When someone in a forum like this or a platform like this educates you or whatever, there's 2 times to plant a tree. I know y'all heard this saying. Pretty sure y'all have.
What?
The 2 best times to plant a tree.
No, I never heard it.
What is it? What is it?
20 years ago, right? Because it takes a tree a long time to blossom. Yeah, 20 years ago. And the second best time is today. So plant the seed today so that 20 years from now you can thank yourself for that shade.
And there we go. I like that. That was so much better than you're gonna die.
J.Sharae.
I like the other one better. That was good.
That man said the same thing. You gonna live 20 years from now?
No, I like the tree. Give me the tree. Give me the tree. Give me the tree.
What is it?
Listen. That was a political. That was politically. It was good.
She missed the point. Is he gonna die today?
Right.
20 years from now.
Dewberry, I got you.
Listen. See, let me tell you something, Dewberry. If I was on your team and I had
he's trying to get a job, so let's say I'm
gonna sit him down and I'm gonna say, listen, you know you're gonna die, right?
You know you're going down, right? You know you're gonna die.
That's how
God is coming.
That's how he gonna sit down. He's gonna be like, well, we already know you're gonna die.
That's why.
So let's just plan.
He gonna break it down like Whoopi did on Ghost. He gonna break it down like Whoopi did on Ghost. You in danger, girl.
You know how to fuck that right. You know how to fuck that.
I'm sorry though. I'm sorry. Listen,
he was like,
listen.
Oh Lord.
Listen, I'm sorry. That second statement was cool. But
if you told
a person like me, if you would have said that first statement,
is he gonna live? Is he gonna do the head? Is he gonna live? He gonna die.
I'm like, yo, you know what? Right. Go ahead and give me them papers.
And he was so genuine about it. Like, oh my God.
Well, he ain't saying nothing but the truth.
Did y'all hear what that man said?
He said people gonna die.
He was like, well, you know you're gonna die. So, like.
You know you're gonna die, right?
People gonna die. He's gonna live. Going every day.
He gonna die. Which one?
Like, no, he might as well have just been like, so we know you're gonna die. Do you want your family to struggle when you're gonna die, or do you want them to be prepared for you to die? Which one you want to do?
Did I do this?
That's terrible.
You want a funeral or you want a trash can?
That's I should see my Instagram on and stuff. Clark
And
saying
that's
it's
why.
Oh Lord,
That's
for
why
Life
Dewberry.
Insurance Awareness Month.
That's
I'm
why-
going hand. I be throwing out there like
Wait.
That's why he in the job in.
y'all gonna get
I
that
do.
in September.
Wait,
Exactly.
it's a life
That you need to
life
be in no
insurance
other
awareness
job.
month.
September is Life Insurance Awareness
He
Month.
goes in.
Bruh.
Yeah, he goes in. He
Guys,
don't be
have an
playing.
announcement
He
to
don't be
make.
playing.
Who knew
What's
that?
I have an announcement.
What's up?
My birthday is Wednesday.
Your brother is what?
Birthday.
My
Oh, her
birthday, not my
birthday.
brother.
I thought she said her brother is
It's
home.
my
I'm like,
birthday,
wait,
not
yes.
my brother's.
Hey, Jamaal, listen. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
You shined all over
Thank
that.
you, Dewberry.
Did you hear what I
Thank you.
said
What's that?
about my birthday? You heard that?
Yes, we gave you a
Yeah.
round of
You see how
applause.
you shined all over that?
No.
Okay, anyway, Dewberry, thank you.
Listen.
for coming.
I want to say something real quick before we get out of here. Listen.
Happy birthday.
So I was on the internet yesterday, right? And I was looking at, they got this, Black people have this term called day ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Day ones.
Yeah, like, day ones, shout out to
Jay and Tay is day ones.
and,
Right.
and for the lames out there that don't know what a day one is a person who grew up with you.
And been there since.
And been there it's solid and it's not a grown up mechanism.
Right.
They've been there and they your person.
Right. But I was thinking about what about your day twos?
They ain't around.
No.
Interesting concept.
No. Because day twos are around. Matter of fact,
they are.
Day twos are probably more loyal than your day ones.
Big facts.
So you don't talk to them often. You don't talk to them every day. But when y'all talk, y'all solid. It's like catching up.
Not all the time.
No. I think your day two is someone who you didn't know them when you were younger, but they came in your life later and still proved to be solid.
So they good. They good, right?
Yeah, day two.
Okay.
Day twos are. I have a lot of day twos.
Yeah, me too.
That
me too.
And day one sometimes they kind of fade away a little bit. They I got one of my minus of day one, but we don't really.
Life gets in the way, though. Life gets in the way, and you have
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But the term day one means that you always around.
Right.
That you, no matter how.
Do you have those people though? Do you have those people?
But time shouldn't take that away. If you're a day one, that means you always there. Even if it's been 20 years, a day one, you can go to a day one and be like, yo, can I? My family's struggling.
Yeah.
The insurance it ain't coming through. Can you help me out? I know I haven't talked to you for 20 years, but can you help me out?
You married your day one. You married your day one. That's what happened.
Day one. Well, my day one.
Married your day one.
Tay at one point was my day two.
Yeah.
Well,
she was my day. She was my day two at one point. Now
that's
she's day
crazy.
one because she's invested time and has become my day one. Right. So I say all that to say that we got to acknowledge our day ones, but also we really got to acknowledge our day twos.
Exactly.
Right, I agree.
And the day twos that I have a lot of day twos.
Right.
I want to acknowledge my day twos, which is Miss Tay Thurman. She has been one of the best. One of the best day twos. Especially for this podcast. Like she always enthusiastic. She always coming through and
super extra, unsure.
She do extra. A lot extra.
Unsure. Am I good?
She's very passionate about what we
do.
So I do want to wish you a happy birthday. I want to wish you, because by the time this podcast come up, your birthday is going to be.
It's already here. I don't want to wait till Wednesday. These niggas didn't say nothing.
But I want to acknowledge your passion for what we do. You know what I'm saying? Your drive, wanting to do it. your topics. You bring up with a lot of topics. Just be shooting out. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. You know,
thank you.
This podcast started out with a lot of people.
Oh,
and we dwindled to us.
And this started out with a lot of people, and there's only two left. There's only two more. There's only 4 left, and you one of them. And you still exhibit more passion now than you did back then.
I definitely did, because I was looking at y'all like, I don't know these folks. Hey,
we appreciate you being a great.
Thank y'all so much.
Kenneth, what do you have to say? Oh no, she did.
Give me your go ahead,
flowers.
Kenneth. I'm ready. Kenneth.
Hey, you've been a great person to get to know, especially through Clint. I've got to know you even more.
Especially to Clint.
No, I said
through Clint.
I said through Clint.
Okay.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
It's been a pleasure knowing you and with working on this podcast. You are an amazing co-host. You are a great mother, and you are a great person just to know in general. I have a great time even just knowing you on this podcast, and even just in general. So it's been a blessing to even know you, and I'm proud to say happy birthday.
Thank you. Why you say all that? See how you said? Oh, Clint.
I could delete what I said. Like Kenneth Rock.
That's crazy. You're true.
Thank you guys so much. I'm just really having fun with y'all. Thank y'all so much. It's so sweet. Dewberry, go ahead, honey. I'm like, I don't really know you like that, but
I look forward to after COVID coming, like this.
I mean, you know, for what they said, you was cute or whatever, but you know,
this podcast started I want to feel like it's like 2 years ago now, right?
Yeah, not 2 years ago. It started. What was it?
2019.
It was 2 years ago.
Was it?
2019.
Oh my God! I started yesterday. I started Friday to do a flashback Friday of the Boosie episode. And I was like, let me chill.
That Boosie episode.
That was hilarious.
Father Boosie know best?
Yes. The first episode 1.
So, like I say, it's been a minute, but you know, we this 2021 we about to go places, so we got, you know.
Yes.
Look to you guys going places.
Yeah, so
we have come a long way, and not even thinking about it. It just happened.
Right.
Like we are here.
Dewberry, let me what is, so get everybody, so I want everybody to have PHP's information where they can reach you, all of that.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, Jamaal Dewberry, hashtag your favorite life insurance agent. Phone number.
No.
No.
You kind of cute. I thank you.
Hey,
I mean,
go ahead and hold your ring up. Man. Go ahead and hold your ring up.
Put your work phone on there. Work phone only.
Work phone. I mean, work phone. I ain't got 2 phones like listen.
Oh.
Business is business, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm gonna answer. Whoever calls, answer. Like, what's up?
But JAMAAL.
Hey, he go. I'm sorry.
He got 2 A's in his name. We're just trying to help these folks out.
I was gonna say he gonna pick up the phone like, hey, you know you want to there, right? How may I help you?
I'm picking up the phone just like this. Hello. Hello.
But Jazz, it was great to meet you.
It was wonderful meeting you too. All right,
Jamal, we appreciate you, brother, for educating.
Thank you.
Jazmine, I'm gonna reach out to you, see if,
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Dewberry. I got your number. Thank you.